Fighter jets roaring across the skies have become a familiar sight and sound for generations living here in Moray in Scotland's northeast. But today we have been granted special permission to go behind the scenes at Scotland's top secret RAF base in Lossiemouth. Real pilots sometimes have to wear this gear for 16 hours at a time.
You build up a tolerance to the G-force when you fly. There's definitely stuff you can do to make it easier. Eat steak, drink, that actually tends to help. If you can do like a lot of like lower body stuff like squats, and if you build up a lot of leg strength, that helps you to do the kind of leg kind of squeezing exercises you need to do to stay conscious when you're pulling loads of G.
But that begs the question, what do they do when they need a number one while up there?
Now there's no toilet in the Typhoon. We've got a contraption called Skydrate, which is it's quite elaborate, but basically it's a bag with a hose, and it makes it fairly easy. It's included as part of your kit, and you can basically go for a wee whenever you want when you're in the air. It's actually quite easy.
You fitted me out today, so thank you very much for that.
Okay.
I was wearing an anti-G suit. I've never worn an anti-G suit, it might surprise you. Can you tell us what that is exactly?
Yeah, so you had the anti-G jacket and trousers on, which when the pilot's in the aircraft, it inflates to keep all the blood in the right places so they don't pass out.
Wow, so stop the blood rushing to your feet?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Rushing to your head?
Keeps it all in the right places,
wow,
yeah.
That's incredible. Of course, the real Top Guns not only have to be super fit, but extremely skilled too, as they pilot these £120 million aircraft that have a top speed of Mach 2. That's over 1,500 miles per hour to you and I.
You're so high up that there's no perspective. So you've got no idea really how fast you're traveling, apart from just watching this number tick up and up and up. And when you break the sound barrier, it's literally a non-event. It just goes from 0.99 Mach to Mach 1, and suddenly you're supersonic. But you know, there's no real like feeling of ground rush or excitement because you're so high in the air. It's literally just a number.
Yeah, so this is the Poseidon maritime patrol aircraft. It's a advanced intelligence aircraft. It can go out, find targets over land, it can find ships over the surface of the sea, and it can even find and track submarines while they're submerged. So an array of sensors for the different tasks. For submarines, we put, in some cases, little microphones into the water and listen to the sounds of the submarines as they go past. Yeah, so they're based on the Boeing 737, it's flown by companies like Ryanair, but they are a completely bespoke military aircraft with all of the most advanced sensor technology inside from the moment they come off the production line. They've never gone on a holiday to Tenerife. Yeah, so I'm a mission commander, so I sit down the back and run the mission. When I get to go flying, unfortunately, most of my job I'm sitting in the office running the squadron, and everyone else is having the fun.
Of course, it's not just about the dashing pilots on a base this size, and Lossiemouth covers 1,400 acres, as there are over 3,000 staff, including 2,000 military personnel, 1,000 contractors and 250 civil servants. And there's plenty to do in their downtime. Its latest addition is an esports arena. This doesn't look like it's anything to do with aircrew or... What is this centre? This is amazing.
So this facility here, we wanted to build somewhere where all ranks, all trades, everybody on unit can socialise and come together. They can have a drink, they can bring food in, and they can come back to gaming where we can all laugh and joke. They're set up for Call of Duty Black Ops. So people come down beforehand. If they want to play some game that's not installed on it, they let us know. We'll install the game for them, and they can come down. They can say 3 PCs for a group of 3 of friends, and we'll set it all up and they'll play for as long as they like. So this at the moment, yes, it's an F1 racing rig. So it's all linked into a gaming PC as well. And they're linked together, and they can also go online. And what we do is we've got like time trials. So we have a racing, at the moment we have a certain track, and people have to try and beat their times. That's one of the events we hold, but going forward, we want to hold lots of other events.
And how do your Air Chief Marshal do?
He done very well. He's set the time at the moment, and everybody's trying to beat that.
So this is the gym.
Right.
So we're really lucky. We've got 2 sports arenas. The floor is being redone at the minute, sports hall, which is amazing. Our local initiative grant money. And then the plan is to redesign a lot of this room. So currently in our spin suite, we've got a squash court. We've got a finance in place to redo the other squash court. And we're looking at investing and bringing in all brand new sports kit within the next 12 months, including our satellite gyms to support our personnel, whether preferred deployment, whether it's health and fitness. And obviously as the military, we need to remain fit at all times, but we also offer a lot of classes then for dependents, we do some women's classes, particularly to get them back to work from pregnancy or when they've had a period of time off. We've got our physio suite here. Most of the wings here have a set session where they'll do proxy circuit as part of teams. It's really good for team cohesion. But again, if there's something specific or a certain thing you're training for, that's where gym staff will set in and do bespoke programs where required if they need to.
Fantastic. So join the RAF, get fitter.
Yeah, great opportunity.
Fantastic.
So we're probably best known for our pastoral care that we give to people. But actually, the reason we're still in uniform as chaplains is because we contribute to the moral component of fighting power. It's quite a technical term, but it's about people's willingness to fight and their understanding of why they're doing what they're doing. And in an ordinary job, you're not expected to sort of, most people get a job presumably because they feel called to do that, or there's a monetary incentive. That's never quite going to get you through a conflict situation. And so part of what we do is look out for people's morale and then help them to come to terms with what they're sometimes called upon to do in the armed forces. It's one of those topics which not everybody feels comfortable talking about, because it gets into a little bit deeper into who you are as a human being and what you're doing. And so having the Padre around to have that quiet chat, I think, well, in my experience, it's been incredibly useful. And besides that, we recognise that, being part of a military service, you're part of a unique community in a way. So one Sunday a month, we put something on called Messy Church, which I know civilian churches do as well. And we probably get 70 to 90 odd people coming along to that, young families with their children. A lot of it is about creating community, because at any one time, I'm sure someone's already told you, there'll be an enormous amount of people from this station who are deployed. And the unseen bit of that is the families that are left behind, the children and spouses who are then can feel isolated, especially if they're from Kent or Suffolk, and they're up here at the top of Scotland. And so services like that are just a wonderful way of bringing them together, and so that they don't feel isolated and alone.
Yeah, absolutely huge team effort at Lossiemouth. We have on one fighter squadron, which is the squadron I'm on, we've got like a huge sense of squadron ethos and team spirit, and that's really apparent amongst not just the pilots but also the engineers. We do a lot of socials with the engineers. We really get on with them when we're signing the aircraft out. Sometimes signing the aircraft back in broken. We have a lot of banter with them, and we are well aware that if they weren't there doing the awesome job that they do, the aircraft wouldn't get in the air. It's an absolutely awesome experience to get to fly the Typhoon. I feel super lucky. It's definitely not all hard work and everything. There's a huge amount of timing and luck that has enabled me to be able to do this job, but I feel super fortunate, and it's great. It's great fun. It's an awesome jet to fly. I feel really lucky to be able to do this job.